Good morning, I'm meteorologist Pew, and we're going to have a lot of precipitation going from eastern Michigan to even places like New Mexico. But most of the precipitation and the most concern is going to be from the Ohio Valley to the Mississippi Valley today and tomorrow, actually. And so what's happening is there's two things. One, we have a trailing cold front going from eastern Michigan to New Mexico. And throughout this line, we can expect precipitation. And some places are already seeing remnants of showers and thunderstorms from last night, especially in the central plains to Midwest. And we're going to see a decrease in frequency this afternoon, but it's going to re-intensify around 3 p.m. Central Time and then last throughout the night and into next morning. And then the second part to this is we had that isolated low pressure system that was in the Gulf that was producing a lot of rain from the Louisiana coastline to the Florida Panhandle. And that's kind of continuing today, but that low pressure is now away from the Gulf and into the Mississippi Valley. Those in the coastline, I would still expect isolated to scattered heavy rain, but those in the Mississippi Valley inland, like places like Arkansas, already seeing some showers and thunderstorms this morning. But more inland to the Ohio Valley, definitely expect heavier rain around 1 to 2 p.m. Central Time, and this is going to last throughout the day, overnight, and into tomorrow. Total amount of rainfall we can expect in the next 24 hours to be 2 to 3 inches, and some isolated places make it 4 inches or more. And so with this low pressure in the Mississippi Valley going further north, we're having a lot of southeasterly winds going into the valley. And these southeasterly winds are affecting moisture and bringing dew points up to the 70s. And since we're dealing with a surface low pressure, that it promotes rising motion because we're going to have low level convergence, essentially meaning that when winds collide at the surface, since we have the ground, they can't go down, so they got to go up, which is going to promote that upward motion. But in addition to all this, remember we have that trailing cold front, and that's going to be traveling into the Ohio Mississippi Valley later tonight. And that's going to encourage more surface upward motion because when you have this cold front bringing in cooler air, it's going to sink down and push the warm air up. So if we look at 500 millibars or midway to the troposphere, we have a very elongated, positively tilted trough. And this trough is still extremely broad, but also extremely strong, bringing a lot of southwesterly winds, still separating between the border of the warmer air and the cooler air and navigating this cold front. But I do also want to point out we do have some southerly shear in the Mississippi Valley, which is why we're seeing that surface low pressure from the Gulf being navigated to the Mississippi Valley. And along with that, we're going to have pockets of decent shear, and that's going to help with the upward motion over there as well. I do want to mention, because of how elongated this trough is, going all the way beyond the Baja California area, this is significant because we actually have Hurricane Priscilla forming in this area, and it's going to be going adjacent to the coastline. And because we have southwesterly winds going all the way down to this area, and with this hurricane coming in, it's going to be bringing in a lot of mid-level moisture and more monsoonal conditions for places like Arizona and New Mexico in the upcoming few days.